Hi, and here we are. Welcome to another weekly video, Living with Alzheimer's, and this is week number 28. And here, as promised, I've got my beautiful daughter Kate with me today.
Hello.
And she's gonna give you a little bit of an insight into what it's like, I suppose, having a parent, somebody in their early to mid 50s with Alzheimer's. So I thought that I would ask a few questions to Kate, and she would just answer, and we'll see how we go. Here we are. Okay, Kate. Now, can you explain to people some of the things that maybe I do wrong? We'll say in the kitchen, for argument's sake. Some of the problems that I have while doing normal run-of-the-mill tasks in the kitchen.
Certain things that Dad has a problem with is like in our cutlery drawer in the kitchen, and we've got different spaces for different things, obviously, and Dad tends to get them muddled, so he doesn't seem to kind of realise that certain things go in certain spaces. And another one is putting milk in the teapot when making a cup of tea instead of putting it in the cups. And with our tea and coffee canisters, Dad actually used to get the lids upside down, but the interesting thing is now that you stopped doing that. You don't do that anymore.
Okay, right, okay.
And I think you put the teapot lid on properly now, whereas before you used to struggle with that. But
good.
I think there's it's not necessarily that things get worse. I think it's that different things change.
Things change all the while. Yeah.
So,
there's no constant flow to things, maybe, if that's the way to put it.
Things that you couldn't do, you now can.
Yeah.
And vice versa. It's not necessarily worse, it's just different.
I mean, what is it like, Kate, having a dad who has Alzheimer's, is it a sort of a I can't even say that word. Role reversal. Well done, thank you very much. A role reversal. Is there some things now that I used to do and can't do so well now, but you help me with? I mean, in actual fact, one of the things I wanted to say is these videos, all the way through, originally was Kate's idea, from the word go. So that's one thing that she has helped me with over this time, because when reading and writing became a bit difficult, it was Kate's idea to do the videos. So it's actual fact, because of Kate's idea, we are at number 28 and we are where we are now.
And it's going well.
Yeah. So are there things that you think that is it difficult having a dad with dementia, or does it work pretty well?
In a lot of ways you'll know different. For example, if I've got a client and I don't know exactly where I'm going, and I ask you, you still know like places where I'm going. Somewhere out in the middle of the sticks, you still seem to have a good indication of where.
That's good.
And you've told me that quite a lot, directions to places.
Excellent.
But other than that, I suppose I think one of the main affected things is your writing. I think your inability to write as well as you used to. But it's just gentle reminders, really, isn't it? Like reminding you.
Yeah.
Like helping with the tea a little bit, and just gentle nudges. The big stuff you can do fine. It's just the small things that you might need help with sometimes.
Yeah. So really, all in all, we cope as a family pretty well, don't we? At the end of the day, we get on okay, and I think it's important to say that I think families pull together, because when I was first diagnosed, it was a pretty upsetting time for everybody. As I've said before, diagnosis was for the whole family and not one for one individual, and I think it probably affected you quite a bit, didn't it, Kate?
Yeah.
Because you didn't really know what the future was going to be.
When you first got diagnosed, I was only 19.
Wow, was you really?
Yeah,
God,
3 years ago, and I'm 22 now. So I was only 19, so it's quite a thing to cope with when you're only 19, getting that kind of diagnosis.
Yeah, I suppose
it's not something you expect to have happen when you're only 19. You expect it in years to come when your parents are older, but you don't expect to be 19 and going through that. Yeah,
I suppose one of the other things is that I don't drive anymore now, whereas so if I have to go anywhere, I then have to rely on you and others to take me.
We've got used to that though.
But you've got used to that, and in actual fact, I've got used to it as well. To be honest, it's one of these things where to begin with it was quite a difficult thing to get my head around, but as time goes on, you get rather used to people doing other things for you.
When we first sort of considered the possibility that you wouldn't drive anymore, it seemed like the worst thing in the world. But now it's just normal, and it's not actually a problem, really, is it?
No.
With me driving, mum driving, it's not. It's really not an issue.
We get round it pretty much okay, really, at the end of the day. Just for people out there who I suppose might be living through the same thing, have my frustration levels got worse? Do I cope with things as well as I did? I mean, be truthful for everybody out there.
You're not able to cope with stresses as well as you used to. I think some small things I think get blown out of proportion sometimes.
Okay, right, yeah.
We said be honest, so
yeah, no, fine, go for it. Yep.
No, it's not. It's not like we have to tiptoe around you or anything. It's not horrendously bad, but just certain things, like I guess if me and mum are not getting on for whatever reason, and I think you being there and being a part of it, you find that a bit, what's the word? Just stressful in general, really. Yeah. And you can't handle kind of conflict.
Okay. Yeah.
I suppose is the best way of.
Yeah. So over the last couple of years, then, is it a couple of years since I was doing it?
3 years.
3 years. Wow. So over 3 years, things have changed, but. Is it still fair to say that your old dad is still your old dad?
Yeah.
Am I still me?
Yes, of course you are.
Yeah, that's good.
You're still you.
That's good. So, yeah. So, is there anything I know I'm probably putting you on the spot here, but is there anything that you'd like to say to other people, other daughters or sons who have got dads or mums in this same situation? And I know I was putting you on the spot a little bit.
I think the main thing is just to kind of realise that, as horrible as it sounds, you do get used to the idea of it. When you first get the diagnosis, it is like the worst thing in the world, and you think, how on earth are we going to cope? But as time goes on, you realise things actually aren't that different, and you just adjust, and you just have to live with it. Really, you get used to it, and
make the best of it.
Things go on as normal.
Make the best of it, and live the best we can.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say that? So there we are. I think it's been quite good to hear a little bit from Kate's point of view, and I know that life has changed for her, and maybe she's probably been. She might have dressed it up a little bit, maybe, but there's stuff there that I don't always remember, and I suppose one of the good things about doing something like this on video is that I won't remember sitting here with Kate on this sofa talking on this video, but I will remember it because I've always got it on video. So that's quite an important thing, I think. That's quite good, because here we are, me and her, on video together forever. So that's great. Anyway, I hope that I hope that's been a reasonably good video, and I hope that that has helped you a little bit to understand a little bit more about dementia from Kate's point of view. So that's it. I think we've rattled on enough now. Have a great weekend. Have a great week, and thank you so much for listening. And I'll see you all again here next week. And who knows, maybe one of these days I'll try and get my wife on camera. But hey, that might be pushing the boundaries a little bit too much. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Bye bye.